like, which is like weird. Like, bitch, you're a weird ass bitch. You was really a weird ass bitch for that. Like, now this bitch was fucking my nigga, and I was fucking his brother. You fucking my sister, I'm fucking your brother. So, all them hoes and bees that I used to be friends with back in the days, it was never really my friend. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Rena. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button, and make sure you leave a comment down below. And if you're not new, you already know what you're supposed to do, period. But so today, guys, I'm just gonna be telling you guys about what is today gonna be about. All right, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all about this time my best friend and god sister, actually, at the time, lost her virginity to my nigga. Yup, my nigga. My man. Yes, my nigga. She lost her virginity to my man. And that really hurt my feelings. But yeah, that's what this story time is gonna be about. So let's just dive right into it. You feel me? Alright, so this all started, okay, first I have to let y'all know how I met this guy, right? Alright, so I'm not gonna say guy, I'm gonna say boy, because like back then I was like, what, 15, 16 years old? Yeah, I was like 15, 16 years old or whatever. So how I had met this boy or whatever, how did I meet him? I feel like, okay, let me tell you about this girl. Or I'm gonna tell you about this girl that I used to hang out with. Not the girl that stole my man. Okay, first we need to give everybody names. Let's start there. All right. So my best friend at the time or whatever, what we gonna name her? What we gonna name her? Nah, that's too close to her name. What we gonna name her? Y'all, it's hard to find a name for her, but just for the story, just to get the story moving, we gonna name her Raven. We're gonna name her Raven. That's a cute name, actually. I really shouldn't name her that because she was really fake. But anyways, we gonna name her Raven. So me and Raven, we was real tight or whatever. We used to live down the, she used to live down the street from me or whatever. And we was really close, you know, from the first time that we met, you know. We was basically like sisters. Like, we used to live together at one point in time, while we were younger or whatever. So we was like sisters or whatever. We was best friends or whatever. So this other girl I used to hang out with, her name, we're gonna call her Pat. We're gonna call her Pat, right? Only because, one, I don't really remember her name. Like, it's not really coming to me. This was a long time ago, y'all. I'm old now. This was a long time ago. So, we're gonna call her Pat. All right, so Pat, I think I had met Pat at like one of my friends' house or whatever. I was over there chilling or whatever. And yeah, so I had met Pat at one of my friends' house or whatever. She was a little bit older than me. Mind you, I was probably around like 15, 16 around the time. And Pat was a little bit older. She had to be like 18, 19, right? So she was older than me or whatever. So Pat always gave me like a really like mature vibe to her or whatever. Since I seen her at my friend's house or whatever, we ended up exchanging numbers or whatever, and we started hanging out with each other or whatever. And I think at one time she said she had this party. No, I was talking to him at that time? I don't know if he invited me to the party or if I don't know if he invited me to the party and I got her to and she ended up coming with me, or if he invited her to the party or somebody he knew invited her. I feel like he invited me to the party and I told her about the party, but I really wasn't going to go to the party because like back then, like I had just started like having sex and stuff like that, and I was really still like, you know, shy around guys and stuff like that. Like I wasn't the type of female to like hang out with a guy like by myself and stuff like that. And back then also like I really just, this was really around the time when I had really just came out, like came out, when I say came out, like really just like busted out on the streets and stuff like that. Like really used to be going outside and stuff like that, because most of the time, most of my life was really spent like in the house babysitting. So, you know, this was all new to me or whatever. But you know, like I said, Pat was like a little bit more like mature or whatever, and she was like, oh no, we should go to the party and da, or so and so. And I said, and I, so you know, or whatever. So we ended up going to Pat's house, getting ready and stuff like that, and we was going to go to the party or whatever. So when I got to the party or whatever, the guy that had invited me or whatever, I feel like he invited me, bro. I feel like I knew this guy before I went over there. That's just how I feel. Like that's what I feel. I feel like maybe because back then that was around like Facebook time, so I feel like we was probably talking on Facebook, sliding DMs, and then you know for a little bit, and then he probably had told me, he probably had invited me, excuse me, invited me to this party or whatever. So anyways, me and Pat ended up going to the party or whatever, and I think what happened, me and Pat had, yeah, we went to the party or whatever. So me and him ended up like, you know, we had been chilling for a little bit and stuff like that. Eventually, you know, we ended up doing the do or whatever. We've been chilling for a little bit. And then so later on, so you know, I would always go over there. I would always go over there to his house and stuff like that and hang out with him and stuff like that. Him, his little brother and his little sister or whatever. Like his parents was never home, child. It was always working. He was African, just like me or whatever. And we're gonna give him a name. We're gonna call him Divine, because we're gonna give him the name Divine because this man was so fine. He was so fine. Like he was so fine. Like he was just divine. Like his actual name was just like, obviously y'all can't know his actual name, but like his name was like, it wasn't like a normal name, it was like a different type of name or whatever. But he was just like so fine, like so fine. Like God really took his time with him, child. And I was on it. I was on it. Okay. So okay, so after that, you know, we used to hang out. I used to go over there. We used to be doing the do, chilling, laughing, watching TV, or whatever. So my friend at the time, my god sister or whatever, what did we name her? Raven. Okay, so Raven. So most of the time, like this around this time, you know, I was having like problems with like my peoples or whatever. So I actually was staying with Raven and her peoples or whatever. And Raven mom, like around a certain time, like she always used to like kick us out the house or whatever. Yeah, she used to kick us out the house because, you know, she used to be or whatever, and she didn't want us to be in there. So she used to kick us out the house, and you know, we used to go to, you know, go out. And what I used to do is I used to go to my nigga's house, and she used to go with her little friends or whatever, do whatever she used to do. And then we always had a time, like a certain time that we had to be back in the house, so we would always make sure we were back at that time or whatever. So I don't know what happened or whatever, but all of a sudden Raven, like when it was time for us to like go out and stuff like that, she all of a sudden started hanging out with me and like going where I was going and stuff like that. And I was just like, I didn't really think anything of it because, like, you know, like that was my road dog. That was my bitch, you feel me or whatever. So I didn't really think anything of it. Like I'm such like a nice person and stuff like that. So it's like people really be having ill intentions for me, and I really just don't be peeping until like until they really just like screw me over. And then it's like, once you screw me over, it's like, I don't know, I can't really say once you screw me over it's over or whatever, because I really do be giving people I be giving people chances upon chances, but then it's like after a while it's just like, come on girl, come on, you knew that wasn't your friend. But no, I honestly didn't know that. But okay, so Raven, you know, she, you know, started to, you know, want to come around with me a lot and stuff like that or whatever. So, you know, So this one particular time, I think this was like the first time she ever came with me. Yeah, I feel like this was the first time I ever took her around my mans or whatever and his peoples. Cause like mind you, when I used to go over there to go hang out with my mans or whatever, with my nigga or whatever, like it would be me, him, his little brother and his younger sister, but like some of his friends used to, like, that was the chill spot. So like some of his friends used to come by and stuff like that, and we used to sit and talk and, you know, do little illegal stuff that, you know, us being that young didn't have no business doing or whatever. But you know, it was always a vibe or whatever. It was always lit or whatever. So this one particular time that she came with me, you know, me and her, we got dressed, da 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 da. You know, I had to make sure I was looking good for daddy or whatever. And you know, I put my shit on or whatever. And you know, she got dressed, da 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 da. We had walked to the train station. We got on the train or whatever. Not really the train, more like a trolley. Yeah, we got on a trolley or whatever, and the trolley had taken us to where he stayed, which wasn't really that far away from where I stayed. I'll probably say like, I wasn't driving back then, obviously. So if you was to walk, it was a long ride, probably like a hour walk if you walk. But like by train, it was like short or whatever. So anyways, we got on the train. We got there and we went, like, he always used to like, they always used to be outside, so it's like they always used to like hang out like either right in front of the train station or whatever, the trolley station, or they used to be like, you know, at his crib, like on the steps or whatever. So we got there or whatever, and this day it was actually it was a lot of people there this day. This is when I met like a lot of people who, like, you know how you be having Facebook friends, like y'all talk on a regular or comment on each other's stuff and stuff like that, but you never really met them in person before. It was like that. So like I had met a lot of my Facebook friends, and I didn't even know that he knew them or whatever, but I met a lot of my Facebook friends over there or whatever. I feel like this was maybe like, okay, whatever. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked, y'all. So I met a lot of my Facebook friends or whatever, and you know, I introduced her like, I introduced like off rip, like I introduced her as my sister, like, hey y'all, this is my sister Raven. Child, I almost said her real name. Hey y'all, this is my sister Raven or whatever. So they always used to think that was my sister, period. Like we was blood. I never introduced her as my friend. They always known her as my sister. Like I always used to call my sister. So we was all chilling, stuff like that or whatever. I forgot what had happened. I don't know. Like, you know, boys or whatever, like sometimes boys at that age, like back then, like boys at that age, when they see like something new, like they like to act like different or whatever, or they always try to like hop onto like the newest thing or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, me and my nigga, even though I'm calling him my nigga or whatever, I'm calling him my nigga because like that was like the only person I was like messing with at that time, and we were like still getting, even though it was, you know, doing the do and stuff like that, we were still like, you know, getting to know each other, and I used to spend the most time with him or whatever. We never really made it official to like where like we was like boyfriend and girlfriend type time or whatever, but like that was still my nigga. Like everybody knew, like all his friends knew that I was off limits when it came to him, and so on, or at least I thought, you know. So when she came around, obviously like all his friends and stuff like that, you know, most of them was like trying to talk to her and stuff like that, but I didn't really peep. Like I really don't be paying attention to stuff, y'all. Like I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't be paying attention, but it's like this girl had her sights set on my man. Like out of all his friends, like she had her eyes set on my man. And I didn't even know, y'all. I really didn't even know. I really didn't even know, because like she used to ask me like a lot of questions about him and stuff like that, but I didn't really peep, you know? I'm sitting here thinking like about back then, but I didn't really peep, you know. So long story short, I don't know if it was that time. I feel like we probably went there like a couple of times before what happened actually happened. That's what I feel like, but like I said, that was a long time ago. I feel like I really do feel I feel like we did go. Like, okay, so I'm gonna say like we went there a couple of times, but I really feel like that's not what happened. I feel like it happened the first time I ever took her with me to go see to go chill over there or whatever. That's when this happened. But maybe that's not how it happened. Maybe that's not, that was a long time ago. I'm gonna just say, okay, let's say me and her, like, whenever we were whenever our mom or whatever would kick us, well, not really kick us out, but tell us to go outside or whatever and stuff like that, and we would go outside, I would always like bring her with me, and we would go, we would chill, we would come back or whatever. And then from that time, from that first time I think that I took her, she always wanted to come with me. I'm gonna say that's what happened, because I feel like that's what happened. But like I said, that was a long time ago. So like every time, like she wasn't like, now when we would go out and stuff like that, she wouldn't go to like hang out with her friends. She always wanted to come hang out with me. And I peeped, she always used to like ask me questions about him and stuff like that. But I ain't really peep. I just thought like, she's my sister, this is the dude I'm messing with. She just want to know more information about him on that type of time. Little did I know. Little did I know. Okay. So fast forward this particular day, child, when this girl literally stabbed me in my chest. When she literally stabbed me in my chest, and I'm a dummy because I should have beat her ass. 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 I should have dragged her ass. I never should have talked to her again, baby, but just listen. Just listen. All right, so we ended up, so this one time we ended up going over there. They had basically they already knew me. So, they had gotten more familiar with her. So, when we showed up, they always showed up like, hey, Raven, hey, Rena, and stuff like that, or whatever. So, like that or whatever. So, like, I never really peeped, but it's like, I always noticed, like, whenever me and my dude would go in the room to do, when I would come back, it would be like quiet, like it's like she would be talking, but then she would stop as soon as I come or whatever, which I didn't know what all of that was about, like, because it's like I obviously I realized it was like something weird going on, but I never knew what it really was, what was really going on. So anyways, so like I forgot, I think like I was mad at him. I don't know, it's like, even though I knew that was my dude, but I knew like we wasn't really in a relationship or whatever. So it's like I never used to be like pressure when he would like flirt with other girls, or, well, he never did anything like that in front of me before. I ain't gonna cap. He never did that before in front of me. But I peeped like him and her, like they started flirting a little bit more and stuff like that. And I never really said anything to him, or like stop it, or said anything to her, anything. So like it just kept on like going on. Like they would just be flirting, until this one day when we went over there, like both of them ended up in the bathroom he was in the bathroom already, and then she was like, oh, she needed to use the bathroom or something like that. I think he was like using the bathroom or something like that, and she was like, oh, she needed to use the bathroom, and they ended up in the bathroom together. Really? Yo, just listen, just telling this story is just like, wow, like I was really a dummy. But yeah, girl, they ended up, this making me mad all over, and that's not even my nigga. I'm sad. But no, so yeah, they ended up in the bathroom together, child. They ended up in the bathroom together, and they was in there for a long time, and I didn't really know what, like, after a while, I think some of his friends, like, they was like, we was all young back then, so like some of his friends, like, they was like standing at the door, like listening to the door and stuff like that, and I'm just like, why are they doing that or whatever? Like, ain't nothing going on. Like, that's my sister, and that's, dude that I'm messing with right now. Like, ain't no way there's anything going on in there. Why are they at the door and stuff like that? And I think I had went over there with them while they was at the door, and I was listening to, and bitch, it definitely was sounding like they was doing something. That's what it was sounding like. They was doing something. And I'm like, I know they not doing something. I know he's not that stupid. Like, I know she not that stupid. Like, I've been told you about this dude. I've been told you me and this dude was doing the doop-de-doop and stuff like that. You knew that every time I come up here to come see him. So why would you, as my sister, be in the bathroom doing the do? Mind you, I ain't even mention y'all, she was a virgin. She was a virgin. So you in the bathroom doing the doop de doop with this nigga that you don't even know? Like you you effing behind me? That's what we're doing now? And you my sister? We live in the same house? That's what we're doing now? Y'all, I was appalled. My feelings was hurt. My feelings was hurt. I ain't gonna lie, my feelings was really hurt, but I ain't really say nothing. Like, bitch, I felt like I had a knot in my fucking throat. Like that whole entire day. Like, so eventually they ended up coming out the bathroom and stuff like that or whatever. And it was just quiet. Like, I think a little bit after that, I think we ended up leaving a little bit after that whole situation happened, because I told y'all we had to be home at a certain time. So on our way home, I don't really remember us speaking at all. Like, we didn't talk like at all like that. I don't really remember us talking like that on our way home. But I remember when we got back to the house, her mom wanted us to walk her somewhere or something, like to the store or something like that. And I remember she was saying like her coochie was hurting or something like that, and she was like bleeding. I think after, like, probably after listening to the bathroom door, I think I finally like realized what had happened, and I was like pissed, but I didn't say nothing to nobody or to her or anything like that. Because this is my sister. Like, it was kind of like unreal to me, because it's just like, the fuck, like, what's really going on here? So I think I had realized like what had happened or whatever. And she had told me when we got home that her coochie was hurting. I think it was like bleeding or something. And she was walking weird, but then she was walking weird, and I told her she's walking weird. You can't walk like that, or like your mom is gonna start asking questions and stuff like that. So I think I had gotten like some like toilet paper or something like that and gave it to her so she wouldn't like bleed like through her stuff or whatever. Yeah, I remember that. And then so like after that happened, like we went back, and like it was never the same between me and the dude again. Me and him never did anything after that. Um yeah, we never did anything after that, and I felt some type of way. So I started talking to his brother. So I started talking to his brother. His brother was like, they were probably like his brother was more closer to my age. He was like a little bit older. He was a little bit. Divine was okay. Divine. We're gonna give his brother a name. We're gonna call his brother Trouble, cause Trouble was definitely trouble, always in some mess. So we're gonna call him Trouble. So Divine was like, he was a little bit older than us. I don't even really remember. He had to be at least like 20. 16, 17, 18, 19. He had to be like at least 20. And Divine was like more closer to my age. Like he was probably like, I had to be like 16. He was probably like 17 or something like that. I don't remember. Something like that. I know his age was closer to my age. So I started talking to his brother. I really didn't even like his brother. His brother was totally the total opposite of him. Like, it's like whatever Divine had, his brother lacked. And I'm saying that meaning like Divine was tall, chocolates, and yeah, and he was packing. Yeah, so, and his brother was short, stocky. He was chocolate too, but I mean the doop de doop. The doop de doop wasn't that bad, I guess. But we didn't even really at first, like, I didn't do the doop de doop with his brother for like a very long time. But yeah, eventually I definitely did. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was, and I'm admitting it. Yeah, I did. And it was more like a get back type of thing. Like, obviously I was young. It was a get back type of thing, because like I felt like Divine had me fucked up. Like, He had me fucked up. Like, you gonna fuck my sister? She had me fucked up too, but like I was more mad at him. I guess I was equally mad at both of them, but it's like, yeah. So you fucked my brother, so I'm gonna fuck you. Fucked my sister, so I'm gonna fuck your brother. But honestly, I didn't really fuck his brother like right away. Like I fucked his brother like me and his brother ended up like going out and dating like girlfriend, boyfriend, and everything, like a long time down the road or whatever. Cause I didn't fuck his brother right away, but I definitely used to like flirt in front of his brother, in front of him, and stuff like that. And it's like this was after he had effed Raven, so it's like you don't have no reason to be upset. You done fucked my sister while I was in the same house in a bathroom in front of your friends. Like you ain't got no reason to be mad. So like him and his brother actually ended up like fighting over that because like I stopped like talking to him because it's like you wanted to fuck my sister, right? That's who you want. That's who you want, right? You want Raven. You don't want Rena. You want Raven. So, like, I used to flirt in front of his brother, in front of him. I would sit on his brother's lap, like, just give his brother, like, attention and stuff like that in front of him and stuff like that. So they ended up, like, fighting or whatever. And I overheard his friends saying that they was fighting over me or whatever because, you know, he's the oldest and his little brother shouldn't feel that comfortable to, you know, go after him, blase, blase. You know, guys and their testosterone and whatever the fuck. But yeah, but like after him and Raven had, after Divine and Raven had did that or whatever, I don't think they had did it any. I don't think they did it again after they did that. I feel like it was. I want to say it was like a one-time thing, because I don't remember them doing it. But then again, I wouldn't remember because my full attention was spent on Problem trying to make Devon jealous. So I wasn't really even paying attention to what they was doing. Yeah, so I can't really say. I don't really think they did it again after that, but I remember they did used to be a little clingy and stuff like that. Like she would try to sit on his lap and stuff like that in front of me, which is like weird. Like, bitch, you're a weird ass bitch. You was really a weird ass bitch for that. I hope you know that. You was a weird ass bitch for that. That was some weird ass shit right there. And for you to still think that you was my friend after that, crazy. Crazy. And for me to still think that you was my friend after that, crazy. But I did. I ain't never say nothing. I ain't never tell her how it made me feel. I never told him how it made me feel. We all still used to hang out and stuff like that. The whole roles had just changed. Like now this bitch was fucking my nigga and I was fucking his brother. You fucking my sister, I'm fucking your brother. So yeah. So we all used to chill like that. And yeah. So recently, not recently, but like a couple of years back, I just found out that which I didn't even know. I really didn't peep, but like I had just found out that she like used to like be saying like bad stuff about me. Like when I like remember when I told y'all that I came into the, like whenever me and Devon would be doing the do and we would come out, she would be talking, but then she would stop. Like supposedly she used to be saying like crazy stuff about me when I was in the room and stuff like that, but nobody ever said. And I was like, why didn't y'all tell me or whatever? Like, cause this is Devon friends telling me this or whatever. And they was like, oh, because you know we just thought it was like a family thing because you introduced her as your sister, so we just thought, you know, it was a sister thing and we didn't want to include ourselves in it. I'm like, nah, like if y'all really fucked with me like that, like y'all should have came up to me and told me that. Like I would have cut that. I never, like, that friendship wouldn't have went that far, like, because that's weird. Like, why is you talking about me and you supposed to be my sister? I bring you around my friends and then you fuck my nigga. You know, it's weird behavior. Like, I just felt like I wouldn't have stayed in the situation that I was in for that long if y'all would have came up to me and said something to me. You feel me? So yeah, they had told me like, yeah, she always used to be talking like bad about me behind my back. So like this bitch was really pressed. She was pressed like a panini. She was pressed. She was really pressed about me. And the whole time I thought we was sisters, but she was pressed like a panini. That's weird. That's really weird. That's weird. It's really weird. But yeah, so I had recently just found that out like a couple of years back or whatever, and I was just like, wow, so like this girl was really never my friend. And that's, I got another story time about some of my other friends or whatever that I thought was my friends. Like honestly, I really just now, like I'm 20, I just turned 26. I'm 26 years old, and I feel like I'm just now having legit friendships because baby, all them hoes and bees that I used to be friends with back in the days, they was never really my friends. They was never my friends. They was all jealous, hating, like they was just never my friends, or just fake. They was very fake, and I don't know why I even allowed myself to be friends with people like that. But never my friends. I never really had any friends until I could say now. I never really had any true friends. Really, it's been lonely out here, bitch. I just didn't know that I was out here lonely. But yeah, but that's pretty much what happened or whatever. After that happened, we were still friends for a very long time past then, until like I ended up leaving, moving out of her and her people's house on some weird type time because they all like turned against me and da 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 da. But that's for like a whole nother, that's a whole nother story time, child. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Thank you guys so much for watching this story time. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Definitely comment down below. Let me know what you guys want to hear next. Yeah, thank you for kicking it with me. Love y'all.
You my lover, you my darling. You gon' always answer when I'm calling. You don't love a nigga cause I'm ballin'.